What's up, guys? Welcome back again to your Heroclix headquarters. Today I wanted to talk about the new changes to the equipment rules with the release of Batman Team Up. If you guys didn't hear about this, it's important that you know, because these are huge changes to the ways that equipment works in the game. So I'm just going to put it all on screen for you guys and just read along with me here. So starting off, equipment are a subset of special objects that behave similar to objects, such as being able to be picked up and held, but don't normally start on the map and have their own specific rules. They are items assigned to your characters during force construction that allow your characters to gain extra abilities. They may also be equipped during the game under special circumstances. So the main thing that's changed there is that they no longer start on the map. You now assign them to characters during force construction, which is huge. You don't have to go out and pick them up or anything. You don't have to have somebody TK it to you to equip it. It just starts equipped. It pretty much just gets rid of all that first turn, both sides equipping objects, and you just get to go right into it. So that's an awesome change. So how does that work? Adding equipment to your force. During force construction, equipment is added to your starting force by paying its point cost. You may not add equipment to your sideline. Equipment does not count towards your object limit. That means you can still have up to 3 standard objects on the map, just to place them around as you see fit. You may add any amount of equipment to your starting force, but all equipment must be able to be legally assigned to a character. Equipment does not begin on the game map. So that means as long as you have a character that is not equipped with something, you can throw another equipment on the team, which is a pretty big change considering equipment used to be the same object limit, so you can only have 3 tops. Now you can have as much equipment on your team as you want, so long as you have the points to pay for it and enough characters on the team that can be equipped by it. So that's a pretty big change, and I can't wait to see how that's going to affect the game going forward. But continuing, it says some equipment may have a qualifying name and or qualifying keyword. If a character on your starting force has a name or keyword that matches the equipment's qualifying name or keyword, the equipment may be added to your starting force for 0 points. This is an awesome change. This makes pretty much all equipment going forward, kind of forward and backwards compatible. That way you don't have to just have that one character that had a trait that came with an object that said you could start the game equipped with this object. Now, going forward in the future, they could make a Captain America shield that says, qualifying name Captain America. Every Captain America could start equipped with that shield. Anyone from the past, anyone from the future. So that is a really, really cool change to the rules, and I love it. And again, I can't wait to see what they do with that. Continuing on again, assigning equipment. During force construction, each equipment added to your starting force must be assigned to a character on your starting force. You may not assign equipment to characters on your sideline. If the equipment was added to your force for 0 points due to a qualifying keyword/name, it must be assigned to a character with the qualifying keyword/name. So obviously that just means that if you have one of those characters on your team, like a Batman for the utility belt, and that's why you're getting it for free, it has to go on that Batman or whoever that gives you the qualification. Now, I'm assuming there's multiple characters that give you that qualification, like Green Lantern ring for Green Lantern Corps keyword, and you have 3 or 4 of them on your team. Sure, you could assign it to any one of them, but it would have to be one of them. It couldn't be, say, a Herald team, and you assign it to a Red Lantern just because you have one randomly on your team. It doesn't work like that. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but I just wanted to point that out. And then it says, when assigning equipment, only standard characters may be assigned. A character can only have 1 equipment assigned to it. So obviously in the past, it's always been true that you couldn't equip a character that was giant or colossal or tiny size because they weren't a standard character. So that's not quite the case anymore. It just says that when assigning equipment, only standard characters may be assigned. If somehow throughout the game somebody gets KO'd and their equipment drops, you could potentially have a giant character pick it up and equip it and still get the effects for once, which is again just a huge change. And could see some pretty crazy stuff happening. I don't even know what to think about that yet. We'll just have to kind of wait and see on that. But then, of course, a character that is assigned an equipment will start the game with that equipment equipped. I think that kind of goes without saying at this point, but there it is in black and white, just in case. It will start the game equipped. And then equipped characters. When you equip an equipment to a character, place it on that character's card. That character is now considered an equipped character. A character can only be equipped with one equipment at a time. While a character is equipped, they can use the effect ability shown on the equipment's card. And then it even shows here you can only equip a standard character is crossed out, like that's no longer even a thing anymore. And then for unequipping characters, when an equipped character is KO'd, replaced, removed from the map for any reason, or equipped again, their current equipment is unequipped. A character can't normally choose to unequip equipment. When an equipment becomes unequipped, it will either be placed in a square the equipped character occupies, or it will be destroyed. Each equipment will have a key phrase denoting which will occur. Of course, that's unequipped drop, unequipped KO, either or. So depending on that equipment, it'll be something different. But then equipment key phrases. The following key phrases are only used with equipment and explain how a character can equip equipment if it has been placed on the map and what happens when a character becomes unequipped. There's equip friendly, where a friendly character holding or occupying the same square as this equipment has power equip this equipment. There's equip any character, friendly or opposing, holding or occupying the same square as this equipment has power equip this equipment. And then there's unequip KO, which is when unequipped, destroy this equipment, and unequip drop. When unequipped, place this equipment in the previously equipped character's square. So I think that's all basically the same. I don't think anything's really changed there with the key phrases or with the way things are unequipped. Also worth noting, it's crossed out all the old rules there of if a character becomes a non-standard character while they're equipped, then they can't use the effect of the equipment. That's no longer a thing, like I was talking about. If a giant goes and picks up an equipment, they get to still use the effect now. There also used to be a part of the rules here where if an equipped character joins the force that is not its starting force, like with mind control, then it can't use the equipment's effect while it's part of that force. But that is crossed out. That's no longer true. You can now mind control characters and get the full benefit of whatever equipment they have, which is pretty huge as well. I mean, mind control is already good enough as it is, so we'll see if that really affects anything going forward. But last but not least, here at the bottom of the list, it says, starts the game equipment clarification. Some characters have traits that let them start the game with equipment. When using these characters, you must indicate if you will be using their trait that grants them equipment, or if you'll be assigning them equipment. If you choose to let them use their trait that lets them start the game with equipment, you may not assign them equipment during forced construction. They still gain the equipment they start the game with that comes from outside the game. If you choose to assign them equipment during forced construction, then you may not use the part of their trait that allows them to start the game equipped. They may still use any other effects the trait may grant. So that's interesting. You know, we have a lot of characters from the past that all had these effects where they could start the game equipped, and it was free because it was just part of their trait, or it might be an optional trait to add +5 or something. And now you get to choose to use either that trait that allows them to start equipped, or just assign them equipment. So you can't use both. You can't cheat the rules and get 2 equipment on anybody, but you do get both options, which is great. It makes them that much better because, you know, the ones that have that ability to start the game equipped for free or for like half the cost sometimes is much better still than just equipping them with whatever normal equipment, unless, you know, some better equipment combination comes along. But anyway, that's about it. I just wanted to go over those rules with you guys. And if you guys have any questions about them, feel free to let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to help you out with that. I think these changes are amazing and huge, and I cannot wait to see. I've already said this like 10 times throughout this video, but I cannot wait to see where this is going, how this is going to affect the game. I think it's a great change. Super fun change that, you know, we're no longer going to have to waste our whole first turn equipping, pass, equip, pass. Now it's just going to be, okay, let's get right into the action. I'm going to TK out there. I'm going to move up on you, maybe barrier, whatever. Some of that might still be the same. You might still pass, get rid of first turn immunity. But it's going to go a lot quicker. And the whole keyword thing is super, super awesome. I love that idea. You know, being like forward and backwards compatible basically with anything that shares that keyword or that name. and basically making it free for that character is such a great idea. It's just going to be so awesome going forward. I can't wait to see what other equipment comes out in future sets. I hope you guys are excited as I am. Like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. But don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button. It does help me out a lot. And don't forget to click the subscribe button either so you don't miss any future videos. And if you guys would like to help support the channel even more, check the links in the description for the Patreon so you can see your name here in the credits with all these other awesome people, and also be included in our monthly Patreon giveaways for as little as $1 a month. So make sure to check that out. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Heroclix Headquarters, signing off.